Hello, I am Mac, at least for a day, and everything's going to be okay. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to get living frigates. Now, the short answer is you need to do frigate missions. Um, you won't get the Dream Aerial immediately. It took me about 5 or 6 completed missions before the Dream Aerial was given to me as a reward. So you need to get the Dream Aerial. Let's go ahead and do that. So I need to debrief this mission, and eventually you should get the Dream Aerial. So I just got the Dream Aerial. And this mission was a 3-star combat mission. I don't know if that's a factor, like maybe it's a requirement that the mission be at least 3 stars. Probably not a requirement that it be a combat mission, but regardless, um, like I said, it took me about 5 to 6 missions, and this mission was a 3-star mission. So if you're trying to figure out how to unlock it, get it to happen, um, uh, that that's what I did anyway. So the Dream Aerial, it's a new blueprint that I got. I need to make solar mirror and 3 living glass. Now, unfortunately, the living glass is going to be a little trickier to make, I think. If I remember correctly, living glass is made with lubricant and glass. Lubricant, unfortunately, made with gamma root and fecium. All right, so we're gonna go to a radioactive planet and um and get all that. So I'm gonna have to go to a radioactive planet, collect the gamma root, and also feed some creatures to get fecium. I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera, and then I will be back once I can craft the Dream Aerial. All right, so I figured since I'm showing you how to get the Dream Aerial, I should also show you an easy way to get the ingredients to craft the Dream Aerial. So if I'm in the Nexus, and if you go to this terminal, the Synthesis Laboratory, it provides most of the blueprints for the components for the Dream Aerial. So the solar mirror is here, and it costs nanites to buy these products, but you can also get most of them for free if you do the base building quests with the scientist is the NPC in the base building quests that gives most of these, but not the solar mirror. So you have to come here or go to a manufacturing facility to get the solar mirror. And then here's glass and living glass and lubricant. So those are the other ingredients you need. All right, I'm going to craft them all now. Glass you need silicate powder for, or you can also craft it from frost crystals, but it's a lot easier to do silicate powder because all you need is the terrain manipulator. And if you don't have the terrain manipulator, if you're really early in the game, you can get the terrain manipulator here. This guy, maybe oh, I guess he doesn't. I guess he doesn't sell the terrain manipulator. I thought for sure it would be sold at the multi-tool guy. So I guess you have to get the terrain manipulator from the storyline. The storyline gives you the terrain manipulator. Wow, I really thought... Oh well. Okay, so we're going to be making lubricant. Well, let's go ahead and make the glass. I was telling you about that. So if you dig up silicate powder, you can make glass. You're going to need a total of 15 glass for this, but I already crafted 14. I'm just crafting one more so that I have all of them now. And then for The gamma root, like I said, you have to go to a radioactive planet for that, and you're also going to need the hazmat gauntlets to pick gamma root. Gamma root are the big glowing yellow flowers on radioactive planets, and yeah, the hazmat gauntlets you can get from here if you haven't gotten them from some storyline already. And then Fecium, you have to make creature pellets and feed them to creatures on planets, and they'll poop up Fecium. Or some swamp planets, it's possible to mine Fecium. All right, so we have all the glass. Now let's make the lubricant. We need 3 lubricant, Fecium and gamma root. And then we can make the living glass, because we have the glass and the lubricant. All right, 3 living glass, and we made the solar mirror earlier. So now, in my starship, should be able to make the dream aerial. Oh, where is it? What? Where did it go? I saw it earlier, I thought. Oh, there it is. Oh, I thought it was a technology you install. It is an item that you craft. Okay. All right, so now we've got the dream aerial. It's just an item that you can move around. And okay, it's not the type of item that you use. I guess you just have to have it in your inventory. I thought maybe it was like, the freighter finders that you use to find derelict freighter dungeons, but you don't have to use it. It just has to be in your inventory. So now, like it says on my Starship guidance message, the Dream Aerial is slumbering. Pilot ship into deep space to search for cosmic megafauna. So we're going to pulse jet out into space, and I should get some kind of encounter. Let's go and see. Yep, here it goes. Dream Aerial is awakened. Listening on wavelength. Up, here we go. Yay! That is a living frigate, and it's hailing me. A colossal, glorious creature drifts by my starship, appearing to swim through the vacuum of space. A haze of stardust glitters around it. It is like nothing I have ever seen. Traveler, in the infinity of fates, we have converged. Serenity and peace wash over me in the presence of this creature. It feels profoundly familiar, as though we have always known each other. Your warp to my weft, woven together in the cosmic tapestry, I am glad to be together. Ask about tapestry. If I have seen your fate intertwine with mine many times over, my friend, should I join your freighter's fleet once again? Come, let us dream together. Who are you in this life? Let's dream together. The whale-like creature opens its throat. A resonant lullaby sweeps over me, bathing my consciousness in waves of euphoria. The creature's voice grows distant as strange visions manifest in my mind. I'm gonna look. I am swimming with weightless limbs across an ocean of stars. A system of celestial bodies pulls into focus. 3 worlds invite me closer, yet I know my time here is fleeting. Only one planet can be reached. I tuck my limbs in tight and dive forward. Interesting, I wonder what this means. A bustling alien metropolis, Indian-veiled mountains, a megafauna ecosystem. Bustling alien metropolis sounds cool. We still don't really have big cities in the game. I understand, traveler. I begin to see you more clearly. Show me more. The creature's lullaby draws me onwards. My body is its body. As one, we swim through the dream. I stand on the exposed surface of a heat-scorched desert. Sulphurous clouds roil above. The sky rumbles, and my suit issues a warning. A firestorm approaches. Patiently wait and refuel. Gather storm crystals. Leave the hostile world. Um, hmm. I'm going to say gather storm crystals. The creature modulates its song in response to my choice. Though I am shaping the visions, I sense this is Monk RH9's way of finding its own place in our partnership. The images shift. I find myself on the bridge of my capital ship, alarms blaring, power levels critical, all systems failing. The engineering crew need time to make repairs, but opportunistic pirates will likely strike vulnerable freighter at any moment. I wish that kind of thing actually happened in the game. Our freighter never gets attacked when we're inside of it. I wish that would actually happen. We really need to have freighter combat where we can fight from inside a freighter, like control the turrets and stuff like that. Conserve power, divert power to hyperdrive. I'm going to do that. Divert power to hyperdrive. The creature's song unfurls into language. I find myself fluent in every major alien tongue. Time passes unconventionally, and I spend a rewarding day training with and learning the customs of the Viking, my favorite race. The visions darken and intensify. I creep through a derelict freighter. Ooh, yes, I love derelict freighters. Grotesque egg sacs hang from the ceiling, oozing and quivering. The sacs are many, and I am alone. Um, I was gonna say I was gonna sneak past them, but make a tactical exit sounds cowardly. Um, I'm gonna say extract a sac to study. A distress signal leads me to a remote sector of space. I discover a pilot adrift, their ship in tatters, their fuel tank dry. As I draw near, an outlaw makes to flee the scene. Gift the pilot spare fuel. Mine fresh tritium. Seize the outlaw's fuel. I would gift the pilot spare fuel. I am lost in an unknown galaxy, unfamiliar stars all about. This is interesting. I wasn't expecting a big, long, multi-choice test like this. A threat crackles in my ears. Surrender your cargo or die. The hostile starship is well armed. Its loadout superior to mine. It would be a tough fight. Negotiate a deal, shoot before they do, outmaneuver them and flee. I would shoot before they do. I mean that's what I always do when pirates attack me. The song is beginning to fade. I gaze across the horizon of a breathtaking planet. Exotic herds graze peacefully on the fragrant grass. Sprawling underground caverns brim with tremendous wealth. I could linger or leave this world as I found it. Discover every species, wring out every resource, pause only to refuel. In all honesty, I usually just pause only to refuel. But I mean, I used to really like discovering all the species, so I'm going to say that. The dream recedes, reality reasserting itself. Face reality. I see you now, my friend. I see the wanderlust your fleet needs from me. I am ready to begin our partnership. Adopt into frigate fleet. Yay! Cool. So he is primarily exploration. Combat is his lowest. I wonder if the answers I gave, probably, yeah, because most of the things I said had to do with exploration. I didn't say that I wanted resources and stuff. I mainly talked about, exploring. So I think those questions determine this guy's starting stats. So since I almost never fought, although I did say I shot first against the pirates, but for the most part, I talked about exploration stuff because that's what I enjoy most about No Man's Sky. So I'm guessing all those answers determined its stats. So whatever stats you want it to have, try to give answers that have to do with those things. But anyway, add to fleet. The really cool thing about living frigates is that you can feed them. Unlike normal frigates that you have to. Well, I still have anomalous object persistence proximity, but normal frigates you have to get on them and repair them. You can't land on living frigates, but in order to repair them, because I have to fly away in order to call my frigate freighter. In order to repair living frigates, you have to feed them. I'm guessing you feed them food. You know, the food that we can cook in the nutrient synthesizer. And that's pretty cool. That finally gives us a new... No! I didn't want to land. I wanted to look at my living frigate. But that finally gives us a reason to make food, other than the very few other reasons there are to make food. Pretty much the only two reasons to make food before were to get some bonus stats from eating the food, or selling food for either units or nanites at the guy in the Nexus. But now it's actually really important. It's not just to repair living frigates, but also you can improve their stats by feeding them. So I'll have to check out what it takes to make the kind of food that a living frigate likes. Whoa. Nice. I really wish you could land on them, though. That was... When we talked about space whales and stuff, I always hoped that, you know, we could land on space whales and like, you know, go inside them and stuff. But unfortunately, we can't go inside them. But, oh well. It would have been really cool having giant organic insides to interact with. But, I mean, we can go inside living ships, luckily. I mean, living ships would be useless if you couldn't go inside them. But, yeah. So anyway, that is how to get your living frigate. I showed you how I obtained the blueprint for the Dream Aerial. I showed you how to get the components and such, or the ingredients for the components. And real quick, I think I'm gonna just check out my living frigate at the terminal up here and see about what it takes to feed them, if it tells me or not. Probably just certain foods are possible to feed them with. Alright, so he's C rank. Feed vessel. No feeding material selected, so whatever food you need to have, I don't have any of it. I'm guessing it's like some finished product from cooking. But yeah, feeding them repairs them and also increases their stats. So I'm definitely going to get into that and find out what it takes to do that. But anyway, that does it for this video on how to get a living frigate. I've been Mac. Thank you for joining me for a day. And remember, everything's going to be okay.